Hey guys, Sean Campbell here. For those of you guys that don't know me, I am a relatively new natural pro bodybuilder. Went pro with the WNBF last June and the USBF a month before in May. And right now I am currently 7 weeks out from the WNBF Pro American, which will be my first stab at the pro ranks. And I'm getting excited. I feel like I'm in the grind of contest prep. Definitely deep into it. I got probably about another 5 pounds or so to lose, guesstimating, and looking to shed the last little bit off of my ass and my hamstrings, and hopefully come in shredded to the bone. That's part of what I wanted to talk about was the grind of contest prep, and I actually wanted to do a little bit of a spin-off on a vlog that I watched by Ryan Doris, who is an IFPA natural pro, and the link was posted by Mike Shade. And Mike, I apologize if I butchered your last name there. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but I saw your link on the 3D Muscle Journey Facebook page, and I spent a little while last night watching some of these vlogs by Ryan Doris, and I said, boy, he's really sharp, and he's got some really good insight into things. And basically I wanted to kind of do a little bit of a spin-off on that. And the vlog that I'm referring to specifically is his second vlog on basically he's talking about contest prep work ethic and just grinding through contest prep. And what does that mean? And the gist of his message was, look, yes, contest prep is hard, but seriously, yeah, you're hungry. Yeah, you're tired, but there's a lot of people who have it a lot worse off than you, and they don't choose to be there. We choose this. We put it on ourselves, so just grind it out. And I agree wholeheartedly with his message. I think that that is a great message, because I think that oftentimes we do take it out on our family members, and we take it out on our coworkers, and whoever might be within earshot on a bad day. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about that. And although I think that his message is great, there's a reason why I'm doing a spin-off on it. I think that it's partially incomplete. And this is not a knock against Ryan at all. Like I said, I think that he had a lot of great insight, and especially some of the stuff he's talking about, and the poems that he had read and the pictures that he posted. Some really, really cool stuff. And that's the cool part about this sport, is that there's so many different walks of life and background and just insight from people. It really is pretty neat, especially in the age of the internet, to hear different people speak. So not a knock against Ryan at all, but I wanted to just talk a little bit about what he had to say. And like I said, I think it's a great message. However, a lot of times it's easier said than done. It's one thing to say, suck it up and grind it, get it done, and don't complain. It's an entirely another thing to actually do it. And if you're anything like me, there have been multiple times where you have slipped up and you have basically taken out your issues on family members or whoever. And this is in no means meant to excuse it, but there is a certain physiological reaction to dieting. Ultra low body fat levels, low calorie intake, and it's a natural thing that you're dealing with. It's not 100% in your head. There is a physiological element at play, and I think that a lot of it is in your head, I think a lot of it can be dealt with giving yourself some little pep talks and getting yourself in the right frame of mind. But oftentimes that just doesn't do it. We had some company over the other day, and it was one of those days where I was just dragging ass. And my calories were very low, and I had saved some calories because I knew we were going to have company over. I wanted to be able to eat. And the company walked in the door, and like I just knew my face was just, whoa, it was just hanging, because I just, I felt like it was work to crack a smile. And and as much as I, tried to fake it, I knew that I was coming off as, moody. And so I want to talk about that a little bit. What are some things that I do? And it's part of the reason why I brought you out here to my garage. Some of you are wondering, why is he sitting on the hood of a car and in his garage? Part of it is because of the light. The last V-Lag I did, I was pretty much in the dark. So hopefully the 500 watt halogen above me will kind of help that a little bit. The other reason why, is I'm going to talk about just a little bit, is bring you a little bit into my life as far as other hobbies that I have. But one of the biggest things that I found that has really been helping me and has helped me in the past, when I get deep into contest prep, and it's you're to that point where the alarm goes off at 5:30. It's like everything you can do to drag yourself out of bed to go do cardio. I almost hesitate to talk about this, but it's a huge part of my life. It's my relationship with God is a lot of what gets me through, and I don't want to come off like a religious wacko or anything like that, because I know that turns a lot of people off. But nonetheless, it is what I rely on, and lately I've been getting up and I've been spending some time in prayer on the treadmill in the morning, and I put some godly music on my phone and pop the headphones in, and I start cranking away, and I pray to God and I say, I need your help, because I can't do it on my own, and I got to give props to those that do it without God, because I don't know how you do it. This is a tough sport, and it's only by the grace of God that I can grind through it, because I really feel I spend my morning that way, and He lifts me up during the day, and I've got to give credit to Him for that. So the reason why I mention it is because I would be amiss to not mention it, because I'm gonna offer some other practical things that I do. But I don't want to take away from that element at all. People say Christianity is a crutch, and as if it was some kind of a put down. I guess for me it is a crutch, because I just physically couldn't do it without my reliance on God, and I wanted to give Him credit. That said, I wanted to talk a little more practically. One of the things that I've noticed as I go through, and I feel funny giving advice because I feel like I'm relatively green at this sport, but one of the things that I have noticed since I've started is a very, very distinct difference in the way that I feel on the days that are spent on the couch versus the days that I'm active doing something. And there's a huge difference. And it's oftentimes it's everything that I can do. It's all the energy I can muster just to get started on that project. But I force myself to come out here, and this is what I do. This is the other big part of my life. I'm a big car nut. I show you some of the projects I got going here. This is my '89 Dodge Shelby CSX, and it's had a little bit of a motor transplant. That's a 2.4 liter SRT4 engine. Got a big GT30R dual ball bearing turbo on it, and a big monster front mount intercooler, and alcohol injection, and the whole bit. So that's my latest project. This guy over here, this is probably a little hard to see because the kids' toys are in the way, but this is that's my baby. That's my '69 GTO, and my dad and I built that car when I was a teenager, and it's something that sits here in the garage, and I look at it and take it out on nice days. But anyways, that. Why am I mentioning this? One of the things that keeps me sane is going out and doing some wrenching, and you get absorbed in a project, and before you know it, you're not thinking about your next meal anymore, and you're getting work done, you're burning calories, you're accomplishing something that's rewarding and satisfying in another way, like I said, it's hard to do because it's hard to get moving on that project. You don't feel like taking the next step, but you force yourself and get into it for 20 minutes or a half hour, and before you know it, now you're immersed, and you're cranking away, and you're feeling much better, and contest prep becomes a lot easier. So, again, the spin-off take-home message from Ryan Doris's vlog here is, grind it out. Don't take it out on somebody else. You put yourself in this position. You chose the sport. And if it's really that miserable for you, then get out. You don't have to do it. On the other hand, practically, what can we do to get through it? This is it. I've said it before. Bodybuilding is a sport that is best accompanied by another hobby, and preferably one that you engage your brain in. Figure out how to get that motor from that SRT4 into this old 80s Shelby. It takes a little bit of thinking and some creativity, and it's something that takes your mind away from the fact that you are freaking hungry and you're tired. So anyways, that's what I have for you. Keep a lookout for me. I'm planning to make a splash at the Pro American here. I'm hoping to come in shredded, more shredded than I've ever been, and fuller and harder and bigger. So keep an eye out for me. I'll be posting some pictures on my logs and stuff as we go along. So that's what I got for you. Hope everything's going well for everybody. Keep pumping,